Hey everybody, Crow back again with another pickups video. It has been a really long time since my last pickup video. Last pickup video I did was actually right after Black Friday 2015, and here we are past mid-March already, almost the end of March, depending on how you look at it, I guess. And I haven't done a pickup video. I guess I really haven't been getting that much stuff. I mean, now I have a whole bunch of stuff to show off, so this might be kind of a long video. And if you remember my last pickup video, I didn't do any game footage or anything. Well, since I've had a lot of time to spend with these games that I've gotten, I do have footage to show as well. So before we get into any of that, you may have seen a video I put up a couple weeks ago saying I got a new laptop and it was broken. If you haven't seen it, basically I had ordered a new laptop off Amazon. This was the laptop. It's an Asus or Asus. I don't know how you really say it. I say Asus. It's a gaming laptop. You know, it comes with, you know, it's pretty high end. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it's high end because you could go and spend, you know, thousands of dollars more than I did. I paid about $1,600 for the laptop. And I got it, and everything seemed to be all good and fine and dandy and everything. And then it turned out a couple of keys didn't work. So I put up a video saying, you know, I was going to ship it out. Well, I did. I got the label. I shipped it out. It took about a week to get there. What was surprising to me was it seemed like they had fixed the issue in less than a day, because I was kind of watching the tracker and everything of the you know, my status, I guess, of the my issue, the RMA status or whatever, and it never was. They had gotten it, and the next thing I know, later in the day, they had already sent it back. So I wound up getting my laptop back. And this is it right here. I wound up getting it back 2 days ago, so it was out for almost 2 weeks, for like 12 days, I guess. Right after I'd gotten it, this is it right here. And got it, turned it back on. They didn't. They really did fix the issue, because I had left some stuff on the hard drive on purpose just so I wouldn't have to reinstall some stuff. And yeah, everything came back up. Just had to put in my credentials for certain things again, and it was way back up, really before the end of the day after I got it. The thing I was kind of worried about was when they had shipped it. I was like, oh shoot, nobody's going to be home when we get it. And then I realized, oh, I could just tell them to hold it at this FedEx store. It's on my way home from work. And I just picked it up on my way home. So worked good all the way around. The only downside, really, was that I got the laptop and it wasn't fully functional in the first place. And, you know, I had to miss out on, like, you know, a half a month of actually having it. But the reason I got the laptop was because I want to get more into PC gaming, you know, without having to, you know, worry about the rig and everything. You know, I could do some PC gaming on my regular computer. I've got a 750 Ti in there, but I don't really want to get into having to upgrade it constantly. I don't want to worry about having to spend hundreds of dollars and getting a 980 or even a Titan X or whatever. The prices for video cards are just way up there. I figured, you know, what's in here in that laptop is a 980M, which is the best mobile graphics card you could get. I think that'll last me quite some time, at least a minimum of 5 years. I mean, the laptop I have and I'm using at work right now has a 130M in it. And actually, that still plays some games decently, or at least the games that I like to play. Will I be giving up on console gaming? Absolutely not. Really, I want to games that are digital. I'm kind of just want to get away from digital games altogether on consoles. If I'm going to buy a game digital, I want to do it on PC. I want to do it through Steam if possible. That's where I'm going with this. If I could still buy a physical copy of the game and it's not bogged down by DLC, at least I know it's not bogged down by DLC, or DLC is not a really big part of it, yeah, I'll still buy it on console, as evidenced by some of the stuff that I've already bought. Now, some of the stuff I bought before, I kind of changed my view on that. That was kind of around January, where I was like, you know, I'm going to get more into PC gaming. But some of the stuff I did buy after that, and so let's actually jump right into it. I'm not going to do this in the order I got this stuff. I kind of categorized it. I'm going to do it by platform. So let's begin. Now, I put post-it notes on pretty much everything, so I kind of know where this was coming from. But first up, we got here Ace Combat Assault. Sorry, Ace Combat Assault Horizon Legacy Plus. Now, what's funny is I was kind of keeping an eye out on this for this game, and I think it even has a manual in there. Yes, it does have a manual and the game and everything. But I was trying to but the game came out and nobody really said anything. Nobody really made a big deal out of it. So this wound up on kind of like the super value rack at Toys R Us. Now this was $20, but they had a deal where if you bought one of their super value games, and you bought actually if you bought two of them, you got one of them for half off. So this one was originally $20. I wound up getting this one for $10. And you know what? I played it, and the 3D effects on this game are really, really awesome. I really highly recommend this game, especially if you could get it for $20 or less on the 3DS. And if you like the 3D, if you want to see something with really good 3D effects, this really does a good job. Now, I do have the new Nintendo 3DS, so the 3D is a lot better on it. It tracks your eyes. But even so, it seemed very natural, the 3D. It never felt like it was trying really hard, but I really like this, and as an Ace Combat game, it seemed pretty cool. It does work with the amiibos, which was kind of another reason I got it, another function that I can use for my amiibos. But all they really do is unlock different planes, but what's great is right off the bat, you could just scan the amiibos in and then use those planes. I think in the footage you're seeing I was using the Bowser plane. It's kind of a neat feature, I think. Now, could they have just made those regular unlockables? Yes, they could have. Really, for me, having the amiibos, they're really just a decorative piece. I don't really care that they do things, but the fact that I've used them to unlock stuff in the game I like that. So, Ace Combat, actually, you don't need to put the sticker back on this. Next up, another 3DS game here. We've got Project Cross Zone 2. I got this off of Amazon. I actually pre-ordered this. Now, I am an Amazon Prime member. I actually got it when I tried a sample of it, and then the price went down to like $66 for a year instead of the normal $100. So I went on that. And then earlier this year, they had stated, hey, if you pre-order any game or buy a game within the first 2 weeks after it comes out, you get an additional 20% off. So I think this game is normally like $40, but because of 20% off, I wound up getting it for $33.99. And this was actually the first game I pre-ordered because of that, because I kind of misunderstood what they were doing at first, and it was like, oh, for example, you could get this game. I was like, oh, they're coming out with the Project Cross Zone 2? I gotta jump on that. So I wound up pre-ordering it. The funny thing is, though, I had never finished the first game. The first game, I saw at Walmart originally. I'm like, I never heard of that game. And it's got characters from Sega, Namco, and and Capcom in there. And Time Machine was just saying hello. And I was like, oh, I don't know what kind of game it is. So I went home and I looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have that game because it was a limited edition. I got it for $20. I liked it, but I kind of stopped playing it. And then when I pre-ordered this, I was like, oh, I better start playing that game again. And what's funny is I'm like, oh, I gotta be getting near the end. I'm at like chapter 18. This game seems to be going on forever. And just out of curiosity, I looked up to see how many chapters there were. There's like 42 chapters. I was like, holy crap, this is gonna take me forever to finish. So I've been kind of going express on the original game here, the first one, as it were. Each chapter has been taking about an hour to finish, sometimes even more. So I still got at least I'm on chapter 27, so I maybe have like 15 more hours in the game, if not more, I'm estimating. Anyway, this does have a regular manual. I do have a, oh shoot, I might have to black that out. You might have seen a promotional code in there. Okay, yeah, that reminds me. The promotional code that is in here, the reason I printed it up is because when I pre-ordered it, I actually got an email saying, oh, use these codes and you get themes and extra stuff. So when I get those codes, I always use them right away because I don't want to forget about them. And they do expire over time. Maybe 10 years, and sometimes you can even go past the expiration date. and still be able to use them. And the thing is, though, I have to enter the code in through the game in order to download the free content. The problem is that I started playing this, and I don't know how long you have to play it, but you have to unlock that option. So hopefully I could get into this and actually get to the part where I can unlock the stuff before the code expires. I don't think it expires for a really long time, so I think I'm pretty good. But I am on a fast track to try and complete Project Cross Zone. Who knows if I'm going to do it anytime soon. One of the things is that I was stuck at the Firestone station today because I was having brake work done, and I had about 3 or 4 hours to kill, and I had my 3DS with me, so I did play quite a bit of that while I was there. And actually, it's one of the great things about the 3DS is, I'm not stuck using my cell phone playing games or whatnot, but that's really the only time I really get to play it, unless I just sit in the house and play it, which I think is kind of weird, but that's what I've been doing. I mean, it's a system to take to go, but I guess as it's getting nicer out and stuff, I could be playing that outside as well. Anyway, let's move on. Next up here, do have, now if I had realized that this was, the first place I saw the pre-order, this is the Mega Man Legacy Collection. I pre-ordered this mostly because of the amiibo. I'm not going to lie, okay? Again, it's just the regular Mega Man amiibo. He's just gold. But when it was first announced, I was like, oh, gotta pre-order this right away. And the first place it came up was GameStop. So I pre-ordered this. I got this for $50 off of GameStop. Had I waited, I could have, I guess I could have just ordered this off of Amazon, pre-order off of Amazon, and gotten 20% off, but I didn't do that. So yeah, it comes with the gold amiibo. It comes with some postcards or whatever. I'm not going to pull those out. But this is the box itself. What I think is awesome is this case here. This is some great artwork for a 3DS case. I really do like this. And there were some surprises when I started playing this. I just wanted to check it out. You can actually switch between the US and Japanese versions of this game. I wonder if there's the manual. There's even a manual in here. There's some stickers. Jumping around here. So yeah, it's got a lot of stuff in here. Also, the 3D effect. This is out on other systems, but the 3D effect is kind of nice too, because what it does is it makes the game you're playing kind of pop out, and the backgrounds they use on the sides kind of fades away in the distance. So it's kind of a little cool effect there. The one complaint I have about this is, why the hell are they still releasing Mega Man 1 through 6 as a bundle? I mean, I really don't have any of them. I do have the original NES game, and it's kind of nice to be able to play this on the 3DS. And honestly, I really just bought it for the amiibo. I'm not going to lie. But why the hell don't they include 6, 7, 8, 9, and... I'm sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Why can't they just add those 4 and have a complete Mega Man collection? I mean, Mega Man 10 was released, 6 years ago? 5 to 6 years ago? Sometime around there? It's a pretty old game. Nobody's really... Are people really buying and downloading that? They should have included that as well. I mean, the big game would have been Mega Man 8, seeing as that was in a CD. But you know what? I'm pretty sure they could have jammed all that onto a cartridge. I mean, they could have, even on, the PlayStation. I mean, this was released on other systems. I think it's on the Wii U. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's on the PS4 as well. It might be in the Vita. I don't know. I think it's on a lot of multiple platforms. Every single one of those platforms should have been able to handle Mega Man's 1 through 10 and had a compilation of 10 Mega Man games. That's what this should have been. In fact, I would have preferred that to rather having the Japanese versions of the game. Because, I mean, it's practically the same game anyway. It's just a different title character. In fact, I think you can't even read the text, but I'm not 100% sure. And I didn't really play Rockman. I just switched it over really quick. It's like, oh, cool, you can see that. There's a bunch of artwork in there to look at and everything. The kind of things you would expect. But, at this point, I'm kind of think we should be expecting, Mega Man compilation to include 7, 8, 9, and 10. And hey, 7 is a really hard game to find to play. So why not include that, even at least? Anyway, done complaining, I guess. I guess they just wanted to stick to the NES and Famicom Mega Man games. But, oh, you know, they could have gone even further. Why not include the Mega Man games that were on the Game Boy? Why not include the Wily Wars? Why not include those? Everything except for the X series and the Battle Network series. Just include everything, you know? I don't know why they don't do that. Well, I kind of know why they do that. That way they have maybe an excuse to release something else later down the line. Again, if it wasn't for this amiibo, I probably would not have bought this. But let's move on. Actually, it was the 3DS stuff. Let's move on. I pre-ordered this a long time ago on Amazon. Again, I'm not gonna lie, it's because of the amiibo. Zelda Twilight Princess HD. Now, I actually didn't have this game. I kind of wanted to get it for the GameCube because I kind of didn't want the Wii version, but the GameCube version is getting up there in price. So this came out. My wife will probably play this, but I won't. There's the Wolf Link amiibo in there. They don't sell the amiibo separately as of yet. They probably will in the future. But yeah, I did. The footage you're seeing, I only played this for just a little bit, just because I wanted to actually get a little bit of gameplay out of it. But I can't imagine myself playing this. I kind of stopped playing Zelda games after the Super Nintendo one. I know people tell me, oh, if you like the Super Nintendo one, you should do A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS. I don't know, I'm just not too into Zelda games anymore. Super Nintendo one is my favorite, Link to the Past. I have tried playing Ocarina of Time. I've made it more than halfway through the game, and then I just stopped. I'm not a big fan of Majora's Mask, that kind of thing. But my wife is. Yeah, Time Machine. If only I had a time machine and played those games again. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to lie. It was the amiibo. But again, this was, $60 game? But since I had it pre-ordered, I've had it pre-ordered since like November, ever since you were able to pre-order it. And again, the reason I was pre-ordering a lot of these amiibo stuff is because it was hard to find. I mean, this game is not hard to find with the amiibo, but Nintendo's doing their due diligence in getting those amiibos out there, and you don't have to jump and buy these amiibos right away, or else have to pay up the nose through eBay anymore, or just wait. In fact, I was able to go to, I'm not going to show it because it's way over there, because I don't show the amiibos that I picked up, but I did pick up the Famicom Rob at Target the other day. I didn't have to wait in line. I didn't get there when the store opened. I just walked in there leisurely, saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to pick this up. Now, I know Soft Otaku. I had asked Soft Otaku for the Japanese one, and I didn't think they would release it here, but they did. And I picked it up anyway. In fact, I'm going to keep the one Soft Otaku got me in the box, because I like the box. Because it's robot. Anyway, let's move on. Next game we have... Actually, this is the most recent game I picked up. Actually, I had this pre-ordered as well. This is Pokken Tournament on the Wii U. Let's see, I've had this pre-ordered for quite some time. Again, through Amazon, so instead of $60, this was $50.99, as it were. This does have a... I'll get to this in a minute, but this is the Shadow Mewtwo card. Supposedly, every single amiibo works with this game, as well as this card. Maybe even all the cards work. I'll have to try that out, too. But I'll get to that. What's funny about the manual is, like, this isn't the manual. This is a manual instructing you how to view the manual. So I don't know why they're wasting paper to tell you how to view the manual when this could just be the manual. Maybe the manual would be thicker or anything, but I don't know. It's just crazy to me that it's like there's a manual in there on how to view the manual. But I played the reason when I first heard about this game, I was like, a Pokemon fighting game. That's kind of stupid. And then I realized, wait a minute, Pokken Tournament? You mean like Tekken Tournament? I was like, wait a minute, who's making this game? And it turns out that Bandai Namco would make this game. And Tekken is one of my favorite fighting games. So you know what? It's like, you know what? I'm going to give this a bit of doubt. Oops. Okay, pardon me. Where was I? So I actually played this. We got this yesterday. I played a little bit today. Doesn't really play anything like Tekken. I played just a little bit, but it is fun. It's very simple. I do like how there's so much stuff to unlock in this game. And where I said before, all the amiibos unlock something. So I started scanning amiibos into it. I was like, oh, you unlock this, you unlock that. So just the amiibos are basically just quicker ways to unlock things that you could get normally in the game. So you absolutely don't need you absolutely don't need the amiibo for this, but it is nice to be able to unlock stuff really quick. Even the card in here, supposedly the Shadow Mewtwo card will unlock Shadow Mewtwo in the game, but you can unlock them in the game if you beat the game normally anyway. So also, every time you power on the game, you've got to scan the card in to get them if you haven't already unlocked them normally. So, yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I don't know how much I'll be playing this. I have another fighting game in here that's much, much better, but let's move on. Those were the two Wii U games. Now I do have, actually I do have a PSP game here. It's the Gradius Collection. It's got 5 Gradius games in here. The reason I picked this up, actually, let me tell you, I got this off of eBay for $30, which actually is about the average price this is going for. This is a game I've had on my radar for a while, and this wound up in Metal Jesus Rocks video for PSP at one point or another. And so I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm kind of interested in that game. I looked it up on eBay and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to buy it. And I got it here with the, I got it here with the manual and everything. It was really nice. I like how they do, like when you open it up and there's like an image on the inside. But, yeah, I like Gradius. But the game I'm really looking for is Parodius Collection on the PSP. That's probably going to be one of the last PSP games I ever get, unless I discover some other PSP game that I want. But, because I like the Parodius series, and there's really only 2 Parodius games that I do not have that was a home console version. Yeah, I like Gradius as well, so I wound up looking this up, and I just decided to go for it and buy it. Let's move on. I got a whole bunch of Vita games here. I bought this Tetris Ultimate at GameStop. It was $9.99. There's really nothing special about this. I just thought it would be interesting to have Tetris on the Vita. That's really the only reason I bought this. As you can see, it doesn't come with a manual. I don't think it ever did, but it comes with the cart. Really nothing special about this. I bought this just for Tetris on the Vita. Moving on. We have, and there was a deal at GameStop at one point where there was, you would buy 2 used games and get one free. So this, I bought part of that deal. I don't think this was the one that I got for free. Actually, yeah, this wasn't the one I got for free, but Uncharted, Golden Abyss, I did not have this on the Vita. This was one of the, I guess when the Vita came out, this was the launch game that was like gonna try and get people to buy it, but instead I bought 4 other games. I wasn't really that into the Uncharted series to say, oh yeah, I want Uncharted on the PS Vita. Only the downside here is this game does not work on the PS TV, so you gotta play this on the Vita, unless they manage to hack the TV again to be able to do that. There's really no reason why you wouldn't be able to play this. I know some people say, oh, you've got the touchscreen on the front and on the back, but there are ways to emulate that, especially with using a PS4 controller, and they just won't do that. They just won't let you do that. So it's kind of annoying. But this to me is like one of those definitive games for the Vita, and that's really the reason I picked it up. So moving on, we get another Vita game here. Now this was same part of that same deal. GameStop, buy 2 get 1 for free. Used games. This is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Been seeing this game around, and it's never really dropped some prices. You see here, I actually have the pro membership, so I paid what, $31.49 for it. And again, this is another game with no manual. But I really could not figure out what the hell type of game this was, and I played it for a little bit, and it's kind of like a visual novel type of game where you go around, you look for, kind of like if it was like a visual novel mixed in with a point-and-click adventure. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know, honestly, if I'm going to get too into this. I really bought this out of curiosity. So let's move on. I'm already half an hour in, or it's probably less than that because I did run the camera for a long time before I actually started. But you better step things up here. Next PS Vita game we have here is Saturday Morning RPG. Now, you may have seen this on Steam, and you might be thinking, I didn't know there was a copy of this on the Vita. Well, this was distributed by Limited Run Games on the Vita and the PS4. Now, originally I was thinking about getting the PS4 version, but then this turned out to be PlayStation TV compatible, so I figured, oh, I could play this on the TV anyway through the PlayStation TV, obviously. So I ordered this. This was $30. But here's the thing is, if you don't have this now, it's going to be very hard to get, because the whole point of Limited Run Games is they take games that wouldn't necessarily be released physically, and they release a limited number of them. So I'm pretty sure there's less than 5,000 copies of this game out here for Vita, and maybe 5,000 copies of the game for PS4. So this came with this postcard. It's not really a postcard, but this pretty cool thing here. I could have gotten it with the soundtrack too, but I didn't. Comes with a manual. No, actually, take you that back. It does not come with a manual. It comes with this thing. Thank you card, really, and a limited run sticker. But it is an RPG. It kind of plays like Mario RPG, or Paper Mario games, that kind of deal. And it's kind of like those guys sucked into a world of Saturday morning cartoons, and they don't use the actual characters, but you can tell there's characters from like G.I. Joe and Transformers and He-Man, Masters of the Universe, in there. They're kind of like knockoffs because they actually can't use the real characters, which would have been sweet, but does the job. And it seems like it's going to be a fun game. I don't know when I'll get to really dive into the game, but I did play it a little bit. It seems really interesting. If you are interested in this game, it's really cheap on Steam. I mean, I paid $30 for a physical copy of it, but I think on Steam it's like $3. So, call me stupid, but I want a physical copy. I like physical copies, and this could be rare, I guess, seeing as how there was only 5,000 copies made. So, yeah, I could sell this if I want to. If I bought it digitally, I wouldn't be able to do that, would I? Anyway, moving on. Got some PS3 games, believe it or not. So, first up, this was the game I got for free, I believe, with the buy two, get one deal at GameStop. Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Now, I had played Transformers War for Cybertron, and I liked it. It was a really good game. I never got Fall of Cybertron, though. So, when I saw this, I just got it as part of that deal. In fact, this was the first game I picked up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this game. I played just the first chapter of it. I right now I'm focusing on Project Cross Zone. Sometime I'll get into this, and I'm probably gonna play a whole bunch of stuff before I play this. This does have the manual. If it did not have the manual, I probably would not have bought it, because GameStop would charge you the same price. In fact, they charge you the same price even if it doesn't have the box, which is kind of stupid, I think. But, so yeah, I picked that up. Next up, we have... This is a game that Metal Jesus Rocks actually tweeted, and I saw it. I was like, I never saw this game. Tornado Outbreak. Never heard of this game. He posted something on Twitter like, hey, if you like Katamari Damacy, you should check out Tornado Outbreak. And I was like, Katamari Damacy? That's one of my favorite games. I know some people say Katamari Damacy, but I don't say that. I say Katamari Damacy. But basically, you are a tornado, and you basically just go around and destroy everything. The more stuff you destroy, the bigger you get. That's the premise, and that sounded pretty cool, and it kind of drove me crazy that I never heard of this game. This was, when I looked it up, this is actually released on the Xbox 360 and the Wii as well, and I still never heard of this game. So, what did I pay? I took away the sticker already. Oh, I paid $15 for this on eBay, which seemed to be about the average price for a complete copy, so you got everything in there. One thing that I saw that kind of annoyed me, but not too badly, And I can't figure out why, but if you look at the back here, the UPC symbol has a chunk taken out of it. Don't know why. What would be the purpose of this? It's like they don't want you to scan the barcode or see the barcode, but I could still make out the numbers of that barcode. And if necessary, I could still scan that barcode because it is, you can still scan the top part of it. So why, if you're going to destroy the barcode, do a half-assed job of it? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for Metal Jesus Rocks for tweeting out this game because it is just right up my alley. So, Toys R Us. This is Kuromaya Omega. I had bought this. This is with Ace Combat. This was the other game I paid full price for. $20. I saw it and I was like, holy crap, I never heard of this game. It looks awesome. And it says it's a shooter. What does it say? It's a shmup. Gameplay redefined. You know what? This isn't a shmup. That's a bold-faced lie. But you do go around in an open area and explore, and there is shootings. I would not characterize this as a shmup. Not at all. It's more of an exploring in shooter kind of deal in free space. Pretty cool. Pretty cool concept. The graphics are really nice and clean. It is kind of does not hold you by the hand at all. It took me a while to figure out how to exit the first area because apparently there were 4 or 5 little squares that I needed to shoot to unlock the hatch that I was in. I could not make out what the hell was going on. But again, it's one of those games you kind of experience it, I guess. It's one of those things you experience and you kind of learn things on your own, as it were. Fun game. I'm glad I bought it. It's one of those games, again, PS4, you don't really hear that much about. So that's why I bought it. Yeah, but kind of shmup on that where it says in the back there, shmup, gameplay redefined. No, you can't just take a genre and say this is. It's like saying, oh, this is a fighting game redefined. You can't just take an existing genre and shove something that doesn't fit into that genre and say, oh, it's part of this genre, I'm redefining the genre. Anyway, let's move on. We got another PS4 game here. This is Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. When this version of the game came out, I believe it originally came out like PS3, maybe even Xbox 360. I think this is an Xbox One as well. I bought this for $15 on Amazon. I was waiting for the cheap to get priced enough. But when I originally saw this game, I was like, why did they like completely redo Dante in this game? It seemed totally unnecessary to do that and reboot this series. So I totally ignored it for a long time. Then I saw some footage of it and I thought it looked really cool. I was like, okay, maybe I should get beyond Dante's look. And I was kind of, I would occasionally look on Amazon. I was like, hey, $15, that's cheap enough for me. He's waiting, but that's cheap enough for me. Yeah, he's waiting for this video to finish, and it's well over 30 minutes long at this point. But yeah, I started playing it, and what's funny is it's got all the downloadable content in there, of course, which is how things should be to begin with for games like this, especially when you were just adding skins. But one of the skins is for him to look like the original Dante, which is awesome. So I didn't play it like that, but when I do get to that, I might do that. I don't know if I really want to do that. I think the look in the game, actually, I've gotten over it, and it looks just fine, really. So, and you know what's funny is I've only played the original Devil May Cry, never played 2, and I never played 3. I've heard 2 was really bad and 3 was really good, but and there's also Devil May Cry 4. I might actually have that, and I've never played. I think that was my wife's actually at one point, but I've never played any other Devil May Cry game except for 1. I don't know if I'll play 2, 3, or 4, but this one I'll probably. I should probably play Bayonetta 2 before I play this one. Those games they seem very similar to each other. Anyway, moving on. I do have one last game here. This is the very last game, PS4, Mortal Kombat XL. Again, I bought this through Amazon, pre-ordered it, so I got this for $50.99 rather than $60. And the reason when Mortal Kombat X first came out, before the game even releases, they're like, oh, pre-order, get this character, get that character. There's going to be downloadable packs with characters. And I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm not going to buy it. I don't want to buy a game and have all this additional content to worry about. Like, if that content comes out, I don't want to buy it digitally. Because I don't want to buy digital content for the PS4 anymore. I don't care if it's add-ons or whatnot. That's kind of like saying, because then what's on the disc is not the whole game, as it were. If they wanted to come up with like an expansion pack, what they used to do, like say Test Drive 2 on the Commodore 64, they came out with the game and then they came out with expansion packs, but those were physical as well. And, you did have to switch discs and everything, but I don't know. But I don't like the fact that I've got to mix digital-only content with physical content. Now this is everything physically. Now I did complain because I got this, if you saw this on Facebook, I got it and I complained because, okay, this is supposed to be the complete game now. This game Mortal Kombat X has been out for nearly a year. So why was it, when I bought this game and put it in my PS4, it needed a 2.5 gig update? I don't get that. If this is like the Game of the Year edition, really. Shouldn't the game be done? What is the update for? And why is it so big? The other thing that kind of drove me a little bit over the edge was the fact that there's a game code download in there for more costumes. Isn't this supposed to be the biggest, baddest edition or whatever of the game that has everything in it? So why is there additional content for this? But you know what? I don't know. It's possible, and it's possible that this content is unlockable, and with the code you just get it unlocked right away, because the crypt is a really big area. And there's tons of stuff to unlock in it, and I like that. I like that there's a fighting game and there's just incentive to keep playing it, to try and unlock everything. That's my incentive for playing games like this, is, I gotta unlock everything, because I have a problem with that kind of thing. But this game is great. I did play through the story mode. Story mode I thought was really good. But then I went and did the towers, and it's kind of set up like the original Mortal Kombat games, where you climb the tower. And I just like how there's secrets sparsed throughout the game. And when I accidentally did my first brutality, I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. I just love stuff like that. And this game, and this, like, the interactions between the characters before each match, I really like that stuff. The gameplay is phenomenal as well. This is probably my favorite Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 2. This, to me, is probably better than Mortal Kombat 2. I like this. I'm really glad they re-released it with supposedly everything on the disc. I don't know why they named it Mortal Kombat 40. XL is 40 in Roman numerals, because Mortal Kombat X was Mortal Kombat 10, really. So why did they add the L? It's because they jumped from Mortal Kombat 10 to Mortal Kombat 40. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just being weird. But that is all the games. So if you're only interested in games, click off now. But I do have a lot of DVDs and movies I'll just show off really quick. So first off, of course, every time there's a Mystery Science Theater release, I've got to get it. So this is Mystery Science Theater 3000. Volume 35 comes with Teenage Caveman, Being from Another Planet, 12 to the Moon, Deathstalker. And as I am recording this might not actually officially be released. But when you pre-order through Shout Factory, you get it a month early. So I've had that, and I've watched all the bonus features and everything on that. So, again, this is the 35th box set of Mystery Science Theater. I do have a whole bunch of individual episodes as well. I've got every single DVD release so far, and I'm never gonna stop. These two, I found these at Best Buy. They were about $15 each, which is normally these are like $30 each, but this Batman, this is Season 2, Part 1 and Part 2 of Season 2. So I just wound up picking these up as well, because I do have Season 1. I picked it up on Black Friday for $5. And I was like, $15, I'll get these two. Which means the only one I'm missing is Season 3. So I'll get that when it's cheaper. Okay, now I have a whole bunch of still some Black Friday stuff, because I did my Black Friday video, and a couple days later they were still having Black Friday deals at Walmart. So all these I picked up at Walmart. These ones with the blue tags were like $4, $3-4, somewhere around there. So Clash of the Titans, I've seen it in the theaters, but hadn't seen it since then. Wrath of the Titans, the sequel to Clash of the Titans, hadn't seen this, but kind of did want to see it. G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. You know, I saw this, didn't have it. I didn't think it was that great, but for $4 I'll pick it up, especially when they also have G.I. Joe Retaliation, which I also don't think is that great, but for $4 I'll pick it up, and I haven't seen it yet. And then X-Men Days of Future Past, I think this was $6. Yeah, I'll get this. This was an okay movie, so pick those up. And we got, I saw this at Target and I had to get it. I think this was $10 even. It's Highlander. Now, I can't even remember the last time I've only seen this movie once before. And, you know, I think this is Long Boy Post 1975 favorite movie. So I was like, yeah, I'll get this one, because I saw the other one, some of the other ones. I saw Highlander too, and of course it's not a great movie. So if you just stick with the main movie, there's like 4 or 5 of them now, or whatever. And then there's the TV show. But if you just stick with this is great. But you know what really sold me on this is that this is a steelbook. That is what sold me on that. Is there even an image on the inside? Yeah, there's a nice image on the inside and everything. So. That's what really sold me on this, is the fact that it's a steelbook. I am a sucker for steelbooks. You know, at $10, I'll get it. Here's another steelbook, Ant-Man. Now, I did pay significantly more for this. This was $30. Now, and I pre-ordered it on Best Buy's website. Hello. Because I really liked Ant-Man. And the fact that there was a steelbook for it. The reason this was so much is because this includes the 3D version of the movie. Now, I don't have a 3D TV, I don't have a 3D player, but I just wanted the steelbook. I'm really paying extra money for it. And I thought the steelbook was really nice because they made it look like a solid state hard drive, 1 terabyte. And it looks like Ant-Man is like, he's in there. You can see him in there. And even on the back, it's got like the serial number, and you can even see the pins. And on the inside, you can see all the ants crawling inside. I thought it was a really good case, and I was like, I gotta have that. And as you can see here on this other card, it was only at Best Buy. So like I said, I'm a sucker for steelbooks, but so I paid the extra money to get that. Saw this at Best Buy one day. Army of Darkness. I already had Army of Darkness on Blu-ray, but this is the collector's edition. And this is probably like the 7th version of Army of Darkness I bought. But this is like the same that I had on the DVD. It includes an additional version of the movie. But yeah, it was like $15. Of course, I'm gonna get it. Maybe it was $20. I don't know, 15 or $20, somewhere around there. So it's got the theatrical release, the director's cut, which is the same 2 movies that were on my other limited edition, and then there's the international cut. So 3 versions of that. I don't think I've watched this yet, but I want to see the international version, see how different that is. And then we've got, I wound up buying this, was like $20, Rick and Morty Season 1. I got really addicted to Rick and Morty, and I thought this is a really great show. So, yeah, I don't know, I just really like it. It's probably one of my favorite shows now. Worth buying on Blu-ray. Good, really. So if you're not familiar with Rick and Morty, look it up. I really like the show. Very clever, I think, and it's very odd and awkward at times, and I just really, really like it. Last thing, very, very last thing, I just picked this up. I actually ordered this on Amazon. $18. They Live. Why? Why did I pay $18? Because the normal price was $30, and I really hadn't seen it cheaper than $28 on Amazon. So when it dropped down to $18, I'm like, yeah, this movie is good enough for me to buy at $18. Because normally I don't like paying more than $10 or $15 for a Blu-ray that's not new. But this movie, I couldn't even find on DVD for the longest time. I would have bought this on DVD. I just couldn't find it. And then the Blu-ray was so high in price. So I saw it for $18. I'm like, yeah, I'll get it. This is the collector's edition. I really like how there's a buy sticker on it. I put it on Twitter. I was like, yeah, the buy sticker. When I finally do unwrap this, I'm going to have to cut out the buy sticker and put it on the inside. Kind of a shame it's on the wrapper, not actually part of the box. But actually, the fact that it's a sticker, I don't know, that's an experience. I think that's really cool. But yeah, $18, that's kind of a lot for a Blu-ray movie. I think that, especially one that is this old. I mean, this particular release is like 5 years old, I think. But it just never went down in price. So, yeah, this is a really great movie. It's a movie that's really grown on me over time. And actually, that's pretty much it. But just one last thing I'm going to throw in here. Just the very last thing to close on. I do buy Hot Wheels from time to time. And I did buy this one. The Homer, I just think it's funny that they made a Hot Wheel of the car that Homer Simpson designed in an early season of The Simpsons. I do have some other ones. I've got like the Jetsons and stuff like that. But since I'm making this video and I had this sitting out, I'm just going to throw this in there. We're going to close the video on this. Wow, this is like a 45-minute video, isn't it? Anyway, yes, it's been a long time. I just wanted to get video out there. I don't think I'm going to buy any more games until Midwest Gaming Classic, which is in about 3 weeks. So that's why I'm doing this video now. I want to do that before the Midwest Gaming Classic. And I'll probably have more pickups after that. Maybe. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. See you all next time. Bye.